Welcome to your weekend focus for June the 13th and the 14th, 2020. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Thank you so much for the thumbs ups, the sharing. Absolutely. The subscribing. Thank you for hitting that button. If you're not getting a notice for my videos, you're to ring the bell wherever the bell is. Apparently, when you ring the bell, you will get you'll get notice when my videos come out, so you don't miss me. And I did miss yesterday. I apologize. Truly, it was really my fault because I did have the day. But being a frontline worker, you also have to care for yourself. So I thought, okay. So I went around to some of the greenhouses to see if there was anything left. And I did find, I found a couple of things. I found, though, because I'm really into the mints. So years and years ago, I planted an herb garden for my parents on their property, and some of the mints got, a little carried away and into the grass, and, we didn't really think much of it. But now, if you are to walk across that grass when it's damp, or mowing it. People fight to mow this part of the property because the mint has taken over and it's actually overtaken the grass, and mint only grows, it doesn't grow that high. And all you smell is like these peppermints and spearmints, and oh, it's just gorgeous. And I had an orange, and that's in there. There's a little bit of pineapple in there. So this year I found a strawberry lemon and a chocolate mint, and the chocolate is very, you can smell that one. I mean, that one's got a very strong beautiful fragrance to it. So, and what I use these for is because my dogs dig holes in my property, and you're walking along, you're having a good time, and all of a sudden you find yourself flat on your face because Dylan has dug a hole just because he felt like it. Or in the past, Peanut didn't dig too much because he only had a half a leg. He was born with a half a leg, so he didn't really dig. But the other one's dead, absolutely. And so I've got these holes. So what I'm doing is I'm planting the mint there too, and I'm kind of doing these plugs all over, hoping to recreate my parents' lawn that was by accident. So, anyways, I don't know where. So I went and I did that, and then I kind of got all my plants, the ones that needed to be repotted or planted, and some of them are going to be watered for 3 or 4 days because they weren't being well cared for. So I thought I'd give them 3 or 4 days of watering before I actually put them into the ground. And then I set up, so when my mom got dementia, you know, I was her caregiver for like 25 years because my dad was blind the last part of his life. So I started then taking care of their lawns and stuff like that, and shoveling the driveway in winter, which wasn't a fun job, but and it's a country driveway, and I had my own to do. But around 5 years ago, that's when the dementia started to set in, and more of my time was to my mom and less was mine. So I'm kind of going through the shed now. Last year was kind of like a disconnect from everything and trying to figure out who I was again, without my mother in my life full time. And then so this year I've got my plants and everything, and I went into the shed and I found this, what I thought was like one of those lawn chairs, but they're so you can lay on them. I don't know, what are they called. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. And it was still, after 5 years, it was still in the plastic. And I got, Milo, I bought him a sprinkler. So I had the sprinkler set up for Milo, and Dylan got kind of close, and he's terrified of the water. So that was a big step for him. But I got out this chair, and so it was still in the plastic wrap because I bought it like 5 years ago to use, and I never even got it out. And I got out. It was kind of like, it was a beautiful day. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cool. And I set the sprinkler up for the dogs, and Milo had a hoot, and Dylan kind of went, well, this is interesting. But it's like a lazy boy. So what was going to be a 10-minute set for me ended up, I put on a meditation. I put on an audio book. I listened to the birds sing and fly overhead. Stared at the rose bushes. I just stared down at my creek. And I just relaxed, and it felt beautiful, and it was just like a lazy boy, which it was so comfortable. And finally, so then I came in and showered and everything, got into full makeup, sat down, and the power went out. So I guess I should have got my work done before I played. My dad taught me that a long time ago when I didn't follow the rule, and therefore I missed you guys yesterday. So I do apologize, but it is time to turn your thoughts inwardly. So I was doing that. I have to practice what I preach, for goodness sakes. So I do apologize. So anyways, where are we? We're on the 13. The 13 energy is, that's the death card. The 13 energy is about allowing the transformation of yourself, of noticing where you may actually have anchors around your ankle, so to speak. Something is weighing you down. Something is holding you back. Something is keeping you from moving forward in the direction you want. And it's a beautiful time to go within, and you will get answers. You'll start thinking of something weird, and all of a sudden you'll see this trend forming in your mind of your life, and how it came into play and went out of play, and so give it some time and give it some energy, because I found out something new about myself yesterday in that chair laying there and with the sun, the breeze blowing and just waving the trees back and forth, and the birds swooping down, and oh, it was just a beautiful day. It really was. So I do apologize for missing, but I do carry the memory of a beautiful day of meditation, but I learned something about myself, and this is a time to learn something about yourself, of why you're being held back. What is it that's triggered you? And you might even come up with something that could have been from a past life that you're still trying to make better in this life. And something will come to you, and just believe it and have faith that you're hearing the right things, even if it seems made up and imaginary. Don't worry about that right now, okay? Understand the underlying theme, and you will see where you have stopped yourself from moving forward in one way or another, that you can change. It's your behavior, it's your habits, it's your way of thinking, it's your perception, and how it changes like on a dime, and all of a sudden you see a clarity, an understanding that couldn't have been there before. So if you're having those daydream moments over this weekend, or if you have had them moving up to this weekend, or possibly even a couple of days after this weekend, allow them, okay? Most of the world is in some kind of a pause, or at least you can participate in the pause. So when you have a moment to pause, take it. Take it for you, especially leading into this weekend. Absolutely. I do think we start out with the moon in Pisces, so that will give us that dream. But then I think it moves into Aries Saturday supper time-ish, and then will be more of the want to go forward. So very important that if you can unplug in some way, that you want to do that. That's the 13 energy. The 13 energy is saying that there's something holding you back, something allowing you to stay into this repetition of, it may just be money management. It may be, you're broke, and then when money comes in, you find that you just spent it in a heartbeat, and now you're broke again. You're in the same spot, and then money comes in, and then you're broke again. And so, maybe it's just, I handle my money sensibly should be your mantra. And that comes to you. And it's like, all of a sudden going forward, when that money comes in, you find that you don't need to spend it right away. Or, so the smallest of things can make the biggest difference in your life. So pay attention to your thoughts, your conversations, seemingly with self, with God, your angels, your spirit guides. And as we go into if we add the numerology of the day together, I believe it would be a 14 for the Saturday, a 15 for the Sunday. But the 14 is... it's really by understanding that you actually have more by having less, and what truly has value in your life and meaning in your life, and what is just clutter. Okay, and we are in this full moon energy, this lunar eclipse energy, telling us, pointing out to us where the clutter is. And it could be in our minds, it could be in our environments, it could be in your heart. Okay, so where is that? It could be the closet. So where is this clutter in your life? Where is this, because it does transcend an energy to us, even if your desk is messy. And I know some people have messy desks, and if I ask them for a piece of paper, they'd find it in about 5 seconds flat because they know where everything is. But still, it does radiate an energy that you have to be a little wary of, a little leery of. And then we go to the 14th. So we've discussed the 14 energy a little bit, and that would be a 15 for the numerology if we added it all together. And that is the devil card. So where are you allowing people to take your power? Where do you see people trying to, if you have a job, then your first 40 hours are given away. They get to pick and choose when they're going to tell you to come in, and then you get the rest of your life to yourself, right? Um, yes, it's probably necessary that you give that first 40 hours away, but is it? Or if you're going to give that 40 hours away, to whom do you want to give it to? Or it could just be a friend, getting you caught up into their dreams, their vision of tomorrow, their conquests, and kind of asking you to do this, that, and the other thing. And there's no, it's got to be that two-way street. They're wrestling. I don't know if you could hear it, but I'm trying to drown them out. And then we have the moon in Aries too. So the moon in Aries, we really want to, trailblaze. We want that independence. We want to, so we could feel this energy. And, I didn't even go into the 14. 1 plus 4 is a 5. And that is about joy and creativity and your intuition, romance, and then the 6 is all about love, partnership, relationships, also your health and well-being and how you love and treat yourself. So I think we're still on the introspective rather than the outer world, the exterior of our lives, in understanding ourselves a little bit better and getting to know ourselves a little bit better. And understanding where we may be putting up roadblocks on ourselves just by our thought process or our habits or our actions, and by changing even the smallest of things and really being determined and sticking to it, it can bring in some great, ginormous successes in your life. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say now that I've rambled on. Look at this, the 5 of Swords start us out. Ooh, this is really standing in your truth. This is really making a stand for what you believe in, your values, your morals. Maybe somebody's trying to take away your power and you're saying, no, it's not going to be that way. This is you standing up for yourself in some way. This is you feeling strong and independent. Now, be careful. Be careful of what you're saying, okay? The sun is in Gemini, so communication is very strong, and it matters what we say. Even our body motions, our facial expressions, it matters because that is a form of communication. So we don't want to just make a stand for the sake of, not looking bad or, pampering our ego in some way. So we want to be truthful, we want to be strong, but we want to be standing in our truth. So this may be a day where you feel restless, but you feel like you've got to give yourself the embrace more so than making somebody else feel better. So maybe you've always held back a certain talent or ambition in life because of somebody else in your life. And I think this is a weekend where it may come out that, no, I'm doing this. I want to do this. I want to be that person going forward. And I would like your support in helping me get there. Or I need you to do this for me, and I will do this for you. And it's having those kinds of conversations. We have the 4 of Cups, being grateful for what you have. Once upon a time I read something and it said, I opened up 2 presents first thing this morning. And they were my eyes. So it's being grateful for ourselves, our talents, our abilities, the mundane in our life, of what we do have working for us instead of what we lack or we feel we lack. This is taking stock and being happy and joyful about what you do have in your life. How it brings you smiles and giggles and balance and happiness and compassion and support into your life. Ten of Pentacles is here again. I love it when the Ten of Pentacles comes up. This is the yes card. This is saying yes, what you want in life, you can have in life. What you are asking for, it can be yours. Now, do you believe it? Do you doubt it? Because when you put doubt up there, the universe, the energy of the universe does not understand yes or I want or I don't want. They just hear the thing. They hear the vibration. They hear the tone of your voice. They feel your energy. So what emotion are you putting behind it? You know, I want $1 million. And then you get that, oh my God, what would I do with $1 million? Come on. Oh, that just could never be. You know, and you start to put in that doubt, right? But I want it. But, then people will be nagging me for money. And how would I keep it hidden? But I want it. And, you know, well, what would I do with my time then? I mean, that's just preposterous. And, you know, this is my job. This is my career. This is what I like doing. Could I do that going forward? I don't know. And, or I'm not worthy. I'm not deserving. That's always for somebody else. I don't win things as a rule. Yeah, and you start to throw these things in. It completely diminishes that I want the $1 million. What do you want in your life? Do you want love? Do you want happiness? Do you want good health? And how much do you believe that when you say those words, it's actually coming to you? Because it's ready to come to you. So use your words, use your mantras in ways that it's very positive, it's very affirming. You're going to believe yourself when you say it, because that raises your energy to the right energy of actually bringing it into your life. The belief that you are deserving enough, that you are worthy enough, that if you want it, it can be yours. This is all about standing in your truth. This is all about seeing the goodness that you already have in your life. And this is about expecting more of the good to come into your life. Look at that. The 10 of Cups. I kid you not. The happily ever after card right after the 10 of Pentacles, the yes card. If there was ever a time when the energy is saying you truly have to buy into your own beliefs of who you can be and who you can become, this is the happily ever after. This is saying the beauty that you want to come into your life, the love that you want to come into your life, the happiness, the joy, the celebration. Maybe it's prestige, maybe it's stature. Whatever it is, this is a card that just says that your happily ever after is awaiting you. Do you see yourself dancing in your front lawn of your castle? And the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands says that opportunities will open up to you if you are open to receiving them. The expansion of your horizon just got larger this weekend. So this is a weekend definitely where you really want to go within. And I do believe it's the whole weekend. Even though the moon goes into Aries, with the numerology and everything, you know, it's all about understanding what is truly holding us back. Maybe it's a friendship. Maybe it's an environment. Maybe it's our own thinking. Maybe it's us holding back talent or an ability for whatever reason we've decided that we must, because it's simply not true. You have those talents and abilities to share them with the world. They're yours. And you can't take away from somebody else by being your very best. So this is really a weekend where we look within, we stand in our truth, we see our reality for what it is. We understand our own patterns of behavior, of our habits, of our daily routines, of the people we associate with. The sixth energy for the Sunday, I mean, that's health and well-being. So, when we think diet, we think food, but your diet is what you read and who you talk to and what you listen to and what you're looking at. That's all part of the spiritual diet. So what are you looking at? What are you seeing? And you know what? If I closed my eyes and rested for a little bit out in the sun, and then I opened them, it was like there was a million little tiny stars in front of me for just a moment. It was cool looking. And of course, me and Milo made rainbows with our with our sprinkler. He loves his sprinkler. So let's see what our mantra is going to be for this weekend, shall we? And Dylan got a little closer and a little closer, so he is so afraid of water. Like, I wish he could talk sometimes to tell me his tale, because I think he was, in a giant rainstorm or a flood or... It scared the kajibers out of him, it did. When I first got him, it started to rain one time, so I raced him back up to the creek, but he kept trying to hide in the long grass. He kept trying to look for that was his thing, right? I gotta sit here, and it's like, but the door is right there, buddy. We can just go into the house. Come on. And he trusted me enough to follow me, and then it was like, okay, so we go in the house. Sensuality. Express your sensuality. Express the beauty of who you are. Yes. Show your love. Show your compassion. Show your beauty. Sensuality. I think we've had this before a couple of times, haven't we? And then the end of next week, we will have our solar eclipse. So it's not far off. This isn't a time to really start anything. In this energy of the full moon, of the lunar eclipse, but it is a time to understand what we need to disperse in our life, dissipate in our life, complete in our life, heal from in our life, move past from in our life, change in our life, in order to experience the energy of the new beginnings, the new starts. I mean, we have a solar eclipse coming, people. So this is a time to really turn it inside. The little bit of time you give yourself now will mean so much time and energy going forward that you have saved. Absolutely. So sensuality. Oh, I'm not even at sensuality. I have originality, but not sensuality. There we go. Being a sensual person means you have a heightened sense of awareness for touch, smell, taste, hearing, and feelings. Our diet, right? Sensuality plays a big part in our sex life and our overall ability to derive pleasure from life. Take advantage of what life has to offer and live with love and compassion. And it's okay to experiment in life. You can make great discoveries of mind, body, and spirit, fulfilling your desires and enjoying the ultimate contact with another. Well, it's something we're not allowed, I went to see my friend again. So great seeing her again. And then at the very end, we both hugged each other ourselves and said, virtual hug. And it's just not the same. And we kind of walk away a little sad because soon. Sensuality embodies all the qualities of self-awareness, including your uniqueness, your authenticity, and who you are within your own comfort zone. Express your sexuality in your own way or rediscover your own vitality. The mantra is, I live life to the fullest with passion and love. I live life to the fullest with passion and love. I live life to the fullest with passion and love. And let that passion, let that love for yourself, if nothing else, shine and grow stronger. And we'll end the reading, of course, with our beautiful little animals here. So yes, work and then play. It's always been my rule, but I don't know. That chair just took me away. So I do apologize, guys. Look at this. Sing your song. Sing your song. So the bluebird comes out. I love the bluebird. Whenever I see a bluebird, it reminds me of my dad. Sing, create, express, and respect. A bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. Isn't it time you listen to the song in your heart? Bluebird tells you you've been hiding, and now it's time for you to sing whatever song you feel. So it really is about recognizing the beauty of you and how deserving and worthy you are. Just say that today. I am deserving. I am worthy. And then say what you want to come into your life. Believe it. That's why I've got these earrings, right? Brave and worthy. So every time I wear them, I am brave. I am worthy. What a great artist, huh? I don't know if you can really see that. She makes every earring so unique, and I've got to get her name in her business so that if you guys want something like that, you can have anything, right? I was thinking of getting one that said Tarot and Tilly. What do you think? Sing your song. Let's get back to your reading. Okay. Sorry, guys. So, Bluebird tells you you've been hiding and now it's time for you to sing whatever song you feel. It doesn't necessarily have to be a happy tune if you're feeling sad. Honor your emotions and express them. However, Bluebird would prefer that you turn the song into one of happiness and higher emotion. Bluebirds are gentle, non-aggressive creatures and tend to avoid confrontation. They are patient with other kinds. If a bluebird feels threatened or is upset, it stands its ground and defends itself and its own kind. Bluebird has shown up in your reading because it feels as though you've allowed others to take what is yours, and now it's time to stand strong. So we're going right back to that first card, aren't we? The situation could have just arrived, or it could be something that has been lingering for years. Respect what is said, but know that you need to respect your own stance too. Don't shoulder another's problems if they aren't taking the same responsibility. It's important to be patient and kind with your words. You have nothing to explain and you have nothing to defend. This is your life, and by following the song in your heart, you will be guided. Any frustrations, conflicts arriving in your path are to teach you patience and make sure that you are truly listening and not becoming misguided. Bluebird is the color blue, and it's often associated with the throat chakra and creative expression. So pick up a musical instrument, a pen, a paintbrush, and if you don't feel that you can't vocalize your song in your life, maybe another creative way will help lift that song up so you can finally sing your song. And it's so important right now to find that song within your heart. Raise your vibration, raise your energy, raise your light, and start to prepare to sing your song walking forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.